My name is Victoire, I'm 23 years old and I'm currently interning at Your Public Value and I'm in charge of communication. I'm from Marseille in France. I would say environment, business and people well-being, because I think the priority now is to establish a concept of growth and how to make money, but without harming the people and the environment. I think there is a gap between the companies and the people, and also between the people themselves, and they don't really understand each other. So I think there is a dialogue to re-establish, and this will be the basis of everything that we have to work on currently. My personal well-being, I would say, well, having a decent quality of life, having a job, having enough money to sustain myself, but also maybe regarding the environment, I would like to live in an environment where the quality of the air is good enough, where I have, I don't know, where I'm guaranteed to have a future, put simply. Again, I would say that doing better in terms of environment is the main priority, because right away I see all the changes in the environment, and I think it will affect our everyday life with, for example, the temperatures that we see are rising. I think this is going to be a big problem like very soon. So I think to achieve well-being, this is something we have to work on now, and this is a priority. For my country, I will also say the same environments, but also I think communication and re-establishing trust between the member of the French society is also a main priority, because what I see is a big gap between the people of different ages, different social backgrounds, and I think this is like a really big problem in France. I think mainly the politicians and the people who simply have power, I think they should show that they care about the people and that they understand their daily struggles and concerns, because nowadays they, I don't know, the main signals that they send to the population is that they don't understand their problems, because and that to me is the biggest issue right now. Yeah, to me the biggest issue is the planet, because there will be the same kind of gap between people from different geographical areas. So what are we going to do with climate refugees? And it's also, I think, profoundly unfair that our consumptions as European people, or simply in the Western culture, is affecting so much people who don't consume as much. And I think this is really alarming. I would say climate events that we cannot reverse, for example, the islands that are being flooded, or the people who are already starving and losing their homes because of our actions. I think going on with what we are doing right now and not changing a thing would be the worst scenario to me. An ideal scenario, I would say that changing the way we consume and change the way we live to achieve more fairness between the people from different social backgrounds, from different areas, geographical areas. I think that would, to me, would lead progressively to an ideal future where everyone understands each other, everyone stands on a equal foot, and that would be nice. we are the future. So I think we have a key role to play in this scenario. So I think what we are starting to do is to raise our voices and say to the people who hold the power, like, you have the power because we decide on it, and we matter, we have things to say, and that to me is like a really good start. In politics, because I really want to change things. Like I see the world that we live in right now. I see things we could change and things that we could do better, and I would really like to get involved and do some things. So to me, working in politics in Brussels, for example, would be my ideal future and in a few years. What would I need? Well, I think I would need, for officials and people who hold the power, to give a chance to the youth, even the youth that doesn't come from certain schools. Like, for example, in France, we know that most of our politicians come from the same school, the famous Grandes Écoles. And I really think giving a chance to a wider variety of people would allow me to get there. It depends. I do and I don't. Like on some aspects, I feel like people, like governments, businesses, they understood what we are saying, but they are not acting fast enough, and their measures are not ambitious enough. Mostly in terms of environment and climate. Actually, I'm not that much, and I think Africa is such a big continent that I guess that from Northern Africa or Sub-Saharan Africa, the concerns are not at all the same. But I would say that maybe the management of resources, the climate, of course, and also having a decent quality of life would be the main concerns. And especially regarding the quality of life, because I know compared to the African youth in Europe, we probably have less reasons to complain in this area. I would expect that they take us seriously, because even though we don't have the same experience of the world and of the business or whatever, I think we have a lot of things to say, and the fact that we don't have the same background allows us to see things differently from a different perspective, and I think this is really precious. And the fact that we are trying to get involved and that we feel concerned is a chance for them to get something out of it. So all they have to do is to listen now.